So here we are today on the promenade again with Keith. So hi Keith and everyone. Welcome back to the 22nd week of the spiritual journey. Okay, just let me sort this out. Right. So I hope you had a good week, Keith. Did you manage to get your tablet working?
Yes.
Yes?
I've been on Zoom once a week.
You've been on Zoom? Great. Church service. So did you have a chance to look at any of the videos from the recent weeks?
I started with Leonardo da Vinci.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Diagram of Earth and triangles on it. And I wasn't quite sure what it meant, because I didn't have a script. Really.
Okay. Okay. So, did you get a chance to look at the Facebook group?
No.
No. Okay. So, can you remember what we looked at last week?
No.
Okay. The cosmic triangle. Do you remember? We looked at the cosmic triangle. Yes. Reincarnation concerning the monks, the fakir. Yes. And the yogi.
What does that teach you?
That teaches you that there are 3 different ways that concern reincarnation.
Right.
Okay. So,
I say right. What am I saying right?
right. Well,
It doesn't mean I believe it.
okay. It doesn't mean that you believe it, but you can have a look at the video.
Yeah.
In your own time.
Okay.
To start today, I'd like to point out some recent front page news on the Sun newspaper.
Right.
Okay, now there's a link provided on the PDF. The title is "The Pentagon Admits to Testing UFO Wreckage and the Findings May Change Our Lives Forever."
Oh.
So they admit to that, and they've been doing it for years. Yes.
Well, sounds a bit like.
It still sounds unbelievable to you?
Well, I don't know how much evidence there is. Is it evidence, or a great scam, or what?
Okay.
So let's see the evidence. What does it do?
Okay. Well, first thing to do is to read the paper, the article. Yes. So there was a link in the spiritual journey 21 group. Yeah, the Facebook group. So you can have a look at that. Now this means, if you take it to be true, that disclosure on UFOs and aliens has started after being hidden for at least 80 years. Yes?
Claims being made.
Okay, claims being made. It makes me ask the question, what else are they hiding? And can we ever trust the government again, knowing that they have been consistently lying to us? Yes? So
Let's all form a big box and go to the Pentagon and pull it to the ground.
right.
Burn them.
Okay, well, we can't hear you on speaking because
Anyway, well, how can we ever trust them? No, that's up to you.
okay, it's up to each individual to trust or not trust the government. So, but you will look at the paper, won't you?
Yeah.
The link. Okay. So as it is the 22nd week of the 2nd year, we have passed through all the tarot codes, the 21 tarot cards, the major arcana, and now we can look back at what we have worked for. On to today's meeting, a couple of days ago, I asked you to consider the question, what is the point of life here? Is there an afterlife? If we have life after death, what's the point of life itself? So what would be your answer after about 80 years of life here? Yes, on Earth.
What
hang on. Let me. Don't just talk. Right. So we turn this round so we can see you. Can we see your image on there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you can come closer and talk into the. Okay. So just talk there. Talk strongly. Okay. So what's it all about? What's life all about for you?
Life is a journey of exploration, finding wonders, mysteries, dangers, and finding a way to security in this, and to find the ultimate being.
The ultimate being. That's a very good, quick statement. Yeah, very, very good. Oh,
But he's not an object. Somehow, he has no body.
oh dear. Nothing. I just saying, oh dear. Trying to get this to work on the outside is a bit more difficult than on the inside. Yes, I'm talking about the computer. So, did you get a chance to see the short John Cleese video I sent you?
I'm sure I did. What did you do? I thought I recognized you.
Okay, don't worry, because you can have a look at that in your own time if you can't remember it. In the video, the question is asked: if we have life after death, what's the point of life itself? Yes? Now, I think you've answered that. What's the point of any of it? Yes?
You might say sympathy. I'm not sure how far I believe it. It's a preparation. Next life.
Okay, thank you for that. It's a preparation for the next life. So, John Cleese says, what's the point of any of it? And you say, being older than John Cleese, yes, a little bit older, yes. Yep. You say, well, it's a preparation. Good on you. That's a good start. So let's have a look at this. Now he goes on to say, referring to the studies done showing an afterlife is possible, because the doctors and the researchers, they prove this to how they prove it. Yes. Yes. Now, so he says this may be the way it is, at least for some people. Yes, to actually have an afterlife. Yes, that might. Now, taking some points from what we have studied and adding to that, yeah, all of the things we've studied, let me give you some notions to consider why we are here on this planet and what we can do. Okay? So first, realize we are not created uniquely for ourselves. Yes? We are part of the organic life on Earth, created as part of the planet's, this planet's digestive system. Do you remember? All the organic life is like solar panels. Yes? Okay, that's one way of looking at it anyway. The living planet eats the energy we process for it. So we are walking, processing plants. Yes? Pardon the pun. Yes? We're certainly processing something. Now, point number 2, the very culture we have created to help us live now sucks the life out of us, and we spend our time in the activity of earning a living. Yes. As it says in the book Alice in Wonderland, and this is the quote, you must run as fast as you can just to stay in the same place. Yes?
I'm not saying that's how life is. many people.
That's how life is for many people. They work all day, yes. They rest a little bit at night and they go back to work. Yeah, they run as fast as they can. Do you remember the quote? The quote, the actual quote is, "My dear, here we must run as fast as we can just to stay in place. And if you wish to go anywhere, you must run twice as fast as that." Yes? So, almost impossible. Yes? So that means, looking at it from our perspective, that you work all day, you earn your living, and then on top of that, in your own time, you have your hobby to work faster. Yes? So knowing the situation, perhaps we can do something positive, but we need to run really fast. Yes? Or rather, think at a higher, cooler level. Yes? So we can do the two at the same time. We know from our spiritual journey studies that the human is a pentagram shape. This shape is seen in the artwork of Leonardo da Vinci. Yes, and you had a quick look at that link. Yes, and this shape, I was just referring to the pentagram shape. Yes, that he points out. Now, this shape has greater qualities and abilities than a normal planetary life. The shape and form is sun level, 5. 5 being to do with sun, and 4 being to do with animal life. Yes, the point John Cleese is making is that life after death has been scientifically proven for some people. In other words, a percentage of the people who have died have reincarnated. Yes, a percentage. What is not looked at is the percentage of people that don't reincarnate. Yes, in human form. Perhaps the donkey that talked in the Bible was in fact a human being in its last life. Do you remember the donkey? Yes. Numbers 20:28. Then the Lord opened the donkey's mouth, and it said to Balaam, "What have I done to you to make you beat me these 3 times?" Yes. Strange donkey answering back. Yes. So that's another point. So another point to consider is one's past lives. Yes, or karma. The idea of karma. Now that may determine one's destination. So we must consider the before life and the afterlife. Yes? The one thing that is clear in all this is that it is your content that determines your next life. Okay, so having content. Point number 5, have you crystallized something in yourself, in your real self, that can continue to a next life or a higher life? Yes, so crystallization, we talked about that as well. Now, back in the course, in both one's present life, this is point number 6, and one's past lives, it is only the real self, the water view, that can continue. The ego, the habitual life, and one's ideology is okay for the planet. Yes, you will process naturally all your days for the planet at planetary level, but in the end, what have you squirreled away for yourself to ensure the continuance of your real self, the entity of self, after the death of the physical body? Yes, what connections and content have you made that will give you sustenance in the next world? And are you at all worried because when you are on your deathbed, yes, like you say, it's best to be prepared. Yes, so Point number 7, knowing the way of the culture is simply to feed the culture. One has the possibility, in truth, with the real self, to develop, to regenerate, to re-establish, and build for oneself embodiments that continue beyond planetary level after the death of the physical body. Yes? And all that would be nonsense to somebody who doesn't really care. Yes? Just wants to get on with life. Yes? Someone who doesn't want to prepare. So, on a final note, as you say, you like to read books. Yes, you like to read books. May I suggest Lucretius? Yes? Now, this is a book called The Nature of the Universe. Yes? Have you heard of him? Okay. Now, Titus Lucretius Carus was a Roman poet. 55 BC, so before Christ. Yes? So, he was a Roman poet and a philosopher. Yes? His only work in the is the philosophical poem De Rerum Natura, a didactic work about the tenets and the philosophy of Epicureanism, and which usually is translated into English as On the Nature of Things. Yes? Now, I find that very interesting, the nature of things. Now, Lucretius has been credited with originating the concept of the three-age system that was formalized in 1836 by C.J. Thomson. Now, very little is known about Lucretius' life. The only certain fact is that he was either a friend or client of Gaius Memmius, to whom the poem was addressed and dedicated. Now, I've got some links, so you can go to the links. Yes, they will be on the Thinkific School site, on the PDF. Now, so once again, I will leave a link for the Versal Tarot. There is also a Facebook group for the Versal Tarot link on the PDF. For those interested in tarot, it's an excellent group to look at the tarot. Okay, now to finish with, for anyone who wishes to join us on the live Zoom meeting, contact me either through my website, Universal Comprehension Academy, yes, or LinkedIn addresses provided in the comments under the YouTube video, or simply leave a comment in the YouTube comment section. Now, I'll leave it for this week. I hope to see you next week on the 2nd of March, 2021. So, bye for now, and so that's bye from me, and so we can turn over to you. There we go. Can we see you on the film? Yeah. Okay. So bye. Right. So that's it. 22nd week, 2nd year. 222. Right. Yes. Bye.